Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Bobby, and today I just jumped into an account takeover and there is a lot we can improve fast. Except for any other improvements that we can do, today we have a clear focus. We're building strong and reliable teams for dungeons, classic arena, and tag arena. Plus, I'll show you the best ways to get more ancient shards without spending a dime. We have a lot to talk about here, so let's just get started. To begin with, I want to say big thank you to Mega Romero for letting us check his account. Thank you so much. Now, let's check what's missing here, what are some mistakes that we can fix immediately. So, the first thing I noticed while going through all of these champs, can you guys spot it? I think you can. It's easy to spot. And the first thing is this. Some of the champions we have like Belower. We also have Deacon Armstrong, Mausoleum Mage, champions like War Maiden also, who are not fully equipped. Don't miss your chance to start Raid Shadow Legends with 3 legendary champions and a stacked team of epics, all for free. Click the special link in the description to get your hands on Basilius Rowanus, a second promo legendary, and Lemonisi the Gold Wing just for starting fresh. Here is how to do it. Log out of Platinum Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and finish the tutorial. Claim your first legendary Basilius Rowanus from your inbox. As a next step, use one of the promo codes you see on the screen to get your hands on your second legendary champion. Log in daily for 7 days to get your third legendary champion, Lemonisi the Gold Wing. And last but not least, as you progress, you'll also unlock 3 powerful epic champions, Tagor, Ugo, and Mausoleum Mage, all for free. Click the link now and let's crush it in Lyria together. My guy Romero just explained to me that he can't just put something random on these champions, and he's really waiting and looking for the perfect gear in order for him to be able to build them the right way. But honestly, this is not gonna help you, because meanwhile you're waiting for the perfect gear to just come your way, you're missing so much potential. And actually, this is one of the reasons you feel stuck on the dungeons. You cannot go past over some of the stages here. For example, if we open Dragon's Lair, we're here stuck on stage 17. If we open, let's say, Fire Knight's Castle, we're stuck on stage 13. Let's see Spider's Den, stage 11. I can tell you definitely that one of the biggest reasons is exactly this one. Your champions are not fully built, meaning lost stats and performance, missing gear on champions like Belower, and specifically Deacon Armstrong is what's stalling your progress drastically, because Deacon Armstrong is super useful epic that you can use basically anywhere. Deacon Armstrong is a champion who is all about turn meter manipulation, and also he's a great debuffer. That 8-3 here fills the turn meter of all allies by 15% and decreases the turn meters of all enemies by 15%. Then he grants an extra turn. This makes him perfect option for the arena, Doom Tower, and the majority of the dungeons. He can literally be your speed lead. He also has aura that increases ally speed in battles by 19%, but the problem here when checking his stats is that he is too slow. 110 is definitely not enough for champions like Deacon Armstrong. We definitely need to upgrade his speed at, let's say, 180 would be good for starters. If you can do it above 200 would be great, but as far as I can notice, none of your champions is above 170, 180 speed, and at some point this becomes a problem. I realized it on my own account that if I don't have at least 1-2 champions that I can put as speed lead and they have a certain amount of speed, that is not gonna work out. Deacon Armstrong really needs speed, accuracy, HP percentage. Here the HP is quite good actually, and he needs defense as well. I would check like if we can actually fix that right now. Perception is actually quite a good set for Deacon Armstrong, so congrats on that. The set is good, but we can actually, try different sets with the perception one, like accuracy, speed. Where is the speed set here? Okay, let me see what we can do. And as I'm going through the gear here, we have HP boot, for our Deacon Armstrong. Man, we need speed boots. We don't need that HP percentage boots. It's not quite bad. At least they're not attack percentage or flat attack, flat HP. But still, we need to take his speed up. That's the reason why he is so slow. He doesn't have speed boots. I really tried to rebuild a little bit two of the champions here, like Belower and Deacon Armstrong. I didn't rebuild anything. I just put him in a resilience shield with some crit rate, speed, accuracy, and defense percentage. But the problem is we don't have much of a choice here on this scout. The other champion that I re-geared a little bit is Belower. So I put him an immortal weapon with some resistance, crit rate, and attack percentage. Here we were looking for the crit rate and attack percentage. I also gave him a helmet with attack percentage, crit damage, and crit rate percentage. And the last thing I gave him was a shield with some double rows in crit rate, crit damage percentage, and HP. This is the best I could do with the gear we had in this vault. His stats are looking pretty bad right now. Speed 103, crit rate 56. We gotta take that crit rate up, man, like somehow. But the problem is we cannot do that now. We cannot do that now because we don't have the gear for this mission. And we don't have the gear because we are kind of stuck. We cannot go above certain stages, so we cannot get good gear. The other gear that we can get from this is the Forgeman. I really advise you go grind faction wars like every single day to get your materials and then to be able to craft some gear from the forge. This helped me a lot in my own account. When I was stuck on the dungeons and I was lacking gear, I was really grinding faction wars for that gear. Now, how can we fix that problem with being stuck in the dungeons? So first of all, the other problem, except the gear that we're currently seeing on this account, is the level 50 syndrome. So we are sitting here at level 51 already, and we only have like 5 champions which are taken up to rank 6 and only 4 champions taken up to level 60. This is huge gap in everybody's accounts. Like, we cannot basically do anything with level 25 rank 6 champions and level 50 champions. You literally have one of the best champions here. I'm talking here Deacon Armstrong. We have a really good support champion, Mausoleum Mage, who can really help you progress. I'm very glad you have taken Ugo up to level 60. She's gonna help you a lot. But Takeover, man, why Takeover is here on level 50? This guy deserves some love. Also the same goes for Supreme, Gallic. Those are champions we're gonna need for dungeons, for the areas you want to progress. Clan boss, dungeons, tag team arena, normal arena. We also have Lemonisi, the Goldwing here. She is built already and she's level 50. I really advise you to... Ooh, we also have Ashma, nice, and we also have Augs, the Rememberer. But look at the gear they're put in. I'm gonna be honest, like we need to rebuild most of your champions for real, because their stats are kind of horrible on some of them, not all of them. I can say that Alice is built like pretty okay in comparison to your older champions. So Alice is gonna be our main focus. We're gonna be working with Alice on every single area we have here. Most champs are stuck on level 50 and that really slows you down. The best methods you can level up your champions, first off, we all know it the good old way. We have campaign Brutal. Can we see, like, yeah, we have unlocked Brutal here. 12-3 Brimstone pad, great. This is the most efficient 8 XP per energy spot. The other method you can use, actually, once that certain specific champion is fully 6-star, you can really also take your champions here in Minotaur's Labyrinth and farm stage 15. Unfortunately, stage 15 is not fully, it's not unlocked yet. But the last stage you can farm confidently. This for this account, this is stage 12. You can literally farm masteries and XP simultaneously, and this is one of the other most efficient ways to level up your champions. Now, the other mistake that I cannot go without mentioning here, and this is very, very important, you can notice here like how most of the champions are booked till some extent, but not completely, you know? So spreading books across everyone literally does nothing. Nothing, because you're lacking books to unlock their potential. Like here, for example, okay, actually Ugo is fully booked, but on champions like Tagor is also fully booked, man, nice job. On champions like Deacon Armstrong, like Lemonisi, we need to fully book them before moving on to the next champion. And this took me a lot of time to realize. I was also struggling with that. I'm still struggling, you know, but we really need to complete one champion skills first before moving on to the next, because that way we're doing nothing. And Alice does not need full books. Instead, I really advise you to invest your books in Supreme Gallic, Arthur here, Lemonisi, and yeah, Tagor is already fully booked. And now I want to move on to the CB team improvements that we can make. So basically here I can spot, can we claim that? I'm gonna claim it for you, buddy, hope you don't mind. For CB, are we farming normal still? Probably, yeah, we got a chest from normal difficulty. Why we're not farming hard difficulty? So for your CB team, I actually already replaced your Arthur with Tagor, because on the previous team you were using it like this. It looked something like that. So personally, I replaced Arthur with Tagor, namely because of his shields, his increased defense, speed, and it really fits much more into your team. Other tips I can give you for CB optimizations, this would be to unlock your champion's masteries. For example, here, okay, Kel is fully unlocked, but Alice does need all her masteries, so you can unlock her potential. The same goes for Ugo. Ugo is very important, Supreme Gallic, and Tagor. So I can see here that you went with defense and support 3. I would personally have went with the offense and support 3, because Giant Slayer and masteries like War Master would help you increase your performance in Clan Boss. Tagor can be used as speed manipulator, so it's very good that you actually have already booked him. At least Tagor is fully booked, so we definitely need to plug him in our CB team. Now I want to focus on the things you're struggling with, and those are dungeons. So basically, we need to come up with a team for the dungeons, and here I'm going to start with Fire Knight's Castle and see what's the big problem. I already swapped a few champions. So here, I think you were using, I'm not very sure, but I think you were using this lady, I forgot her name, but instead of her, I will plug Tagor and see how would that go, actually, because with Tagor on the team, we have very well balanced team. We have 2 healers, Ugo and Tagor, that's gonna help our team stay alive longer. We also have 3 nukers here. We have KL, Alice, and Supreme Gallic. Ugo is also applying decreased defense, that's gonna help us take that shield down. And we have incoming shield and increased speed buffs coming from Tagor, which I feel like it's gonna be very helpful to beat Fire Knight. On the previous team, you were using Allure. I'm not very sure anymore. Allure is actually a great champion for Fire Knight, don't get me wrong. I just think that within this team, she's not gonna work out quite well, namely due to the fact that our champions we have on this team are kind of squishy. Without good healing and revivers, they won't survive this fight longer. So that's why I think this team would work better. Actually, we're gonna see that in real life, you know, we're gonna see that is this gonna happen or not. But I feel like we can get through this stage, even though we're already 3 minutes and a half in, but I'm still confident that we're gonna make it through. It's gonna take longer, but that's due to the fact that the champions are not built with enough speed. They're built with less HP, and of course, our nukers are kind of lacking crit rate, crit damage, and some important stats that we actually need so much. Alright guys, this feels like mission impossible right now. We cannot take that shield down here in Fire Knight. We're already 8 minutes in and nothing is happening. This fight can literally continue forever. I'm autoing it. Maybe if I go manual, we still might have some chances, but trust me, 8 minutes for farming stage 12 on Fire Knight is just too much. Not effective and a waste of time. So we definitely need to do some major changes on this account to actually be able to do something and not to feel stuck in dungeons. All right, let's get straight to it. Actually, the biggest issue on this account is speed. Most of the champions we have on the roster are just too slow, and when I say too slow, literally too slow. The fastest champion is like 180. Nobody goes above 160, 170, and 170 and 180 are only Alice the Wanderer and Udex Otto. Everybody else is below 150 most times, and this is a huge problem. They're just too slow to do anything effectively, especially in the arena where speed is king. If your team isn't going first, you're not getting a turn, and that means your damage dealers, your debuffers, your revivers, none of them even matter. And I want to do a quick battle here and just see how would that team go. We have Udex, Arthur, Ugo, Alice, and Kale in this team. I would personally swap Arthur here with Supreme Gallic and see if we can manage this team here. We're of course gonna be slower, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's the problem in arena, man. You cannot do anything if you're not first. And that's the biggest issue, because all right, maybe here, because this team is kind of they're not strong enough. But if you have a stronger team, it doesn't matter. If you're faster than them and you get your turns first, if you're fast enough, you have slightly better chances to win the whole fight. On top of that, a lot of your champions are missing important stats. We're talking here not just speed, but accuracy, crit rate, crit damage, survivability. And if they're not geared properly, that's basically dead weight. Look, I get it, don't get me wrong, like gearing champions can be pain in the ass, like for real. I hate it myself, but what I can recommend you is if you're still struggling with gear, equipping your champions, or how to balance stats, I really recommend using Hell Hades Optimizer. It's the thing that also helped me, and it saves so much time and it can make a huge difference for your champions, for your account. Is here a team that we can beat? No, I'm gonna refresh. Unfortunately, we also don't have gems. My question here for you is, what are you using your gems for? Please tell me. Let me actually check here. What are we using our gems for? Is the gem mine fully unlocked? Yeah, all right. The gem mine is fully unlocked here. Unfortunately, nobody else's except for Alice, except for Kale actually, has their fully masteries. So what are you using your gems for? Is it for energy potions? Like, let me know, because I highly recommend you save all of your gems and do not use them for anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. The only thing you want to be using your gems for is, for example, to unlock Alice's masteries, because this is gonna change your game a lot. And the other thing you can use your gems for is definitely to just refresh here in the arena and beat opponents that you can actually beat. The other huge issue that we see on this account, I already mentioned it, but I'm gonna say it again because this is the main reason why we cannot progress in dungeons, why we are basically stuck. This is the level 50 syndrome, man, and I think it's common among all players at some point, but the sooner you get rid of it, the better you're gonna be performing. So basically this is holding your account back, and you've got pretty good champions, man. We have Tagore, Deacon Armstrong here and Supreme Gallic sitting at level 50, but in this game, level 50s just don't cut it. Okay, especially for clan boss, doom tower, dungeons, they're simply not tanky enough, not strong enough, and they miss out on fully unlocked masteries. This is a huge setback. And yeah, this is the same exact reason why you're stuck in dungeons. Actually, right now I'm gonna try Dragon's Lair. Here we're at stage 17, so I'm going to test it with the same team that we tested in Fire Knight and see how that go. I also did a little improvement on Alice. I ascended her to 6-star, and I equipped her with a banner. So I'm actually pretty curious, like, if we're gonna be able to go past that stage 17. And yeah, I was saying that if your champions are still unleveled and ungeared, they can't carry you past stage 10, stage 15, 13, whatever. The lower stages, you cannot go above them if they're unleveled and ungeared. You need them at level 60 in good gear with their roles clear and their stats at a certain level. So the question is, what can you do right now? Start farming dragon stages 13 to 16, maybe even spider, the highest stage you can possibly farm for accessories on your champions, because you're lacking accessories as well, and sometimes accessories can change the whole game, especially when it comes to accuracy and speed. And don't worry about farming stage 12 plus like right away. Just farm where you can get 5-star gear consistently. I would highly recommend focusing on speed, accuracy, lifesteal, regeneration, and perception sets for now. Something stable while you build out your core. And the other place that you can actually get some gear from, I already said it, but I'm gonna say it again, this is definitely the fort. Make sure you're farming faction wars every single day to get your materials, because you can really craft some very, very nice gear from the forge. See, we have a victory here. We're not stuck anymore on stage 17. We're already stage 18. Can we actually do that stage as well? Let's test it out together. So get your top champions to level 60. Re-gear them. Really, if that's gonna be more helpful, you can watch some guides on YouTube, Open Hell Hades. This is gonna be very helpful, because when I don't know something, I'm watching other content creators do it, and this is really, really helping me, because that way, if I don't know how to equip certain champions, I can literally see, and that can increase my overall performance. That can really help me out to get the best of my champions. Also, like I told you, use Hell Hades Optimizer to actually help you with gearing your champions. And that's basically your tasks after this video. So get your top champions to level 60, unlock their masteries for sure. You can do that by farming minotaurs. It's not mandatory or needed to use your gems, even though I would personally recommend using your gems at least to unlock Alice's masteries. And just watch how smoother your progression gets. Also, the third thing I would highly recommend is just re-gear your champions, make them faster, because otherwise in the arena, you're just gonna be surviving. You're not gonna progress, you're just gonna be surviving in the arena basically. Ooh, I can feel we won't be able to actually do that stage. Yeah, unfortunately not. At least we went over past stage 17. I'm gonna stop this battle actually, because I wanna quickly check the tag team arena, like what's going on there. For the dragon, we were able to clear one more stage. I still haven't checked about the oh my god, no, I don't want to open it. I still haven't checked about Ice Golem and Spider's Den or the Event Dungeon. I only checked Dragon's Lair and Fire Knight's Castle. But for now, I'm gonna move on to actually Tag Team Arena, because you said you have some problems here in Tag Team Arena, man. Let me see which... Ooh. We don't have teams, so what we can do here is actually come up with some teams for the tag team arena. So what I'm doing here is I normally put weaker champs here in the first team, because most people tend to put their strongest teams on spot 1. So what I can do is I can guarantee myself winning with those battle 2 and battle 3 by putting my strongest champions there. I'm not saying this is the best methods you can use, but this is how I do it personally. I normally have like very well balanced team. I'm looking for champions that can increase the speed of the team, so speed lead. We can try below here. We need a good nuker, we need a debuffer, we need a healer as well, or a reviver. So let me do the teams here very quick. One example of how your teams can look like is this one. Of course, you can manage it more good, like to be more balanced among all 3 spots, among all battles. But I feel like this one can work for now. Let's actually test it. The problem is your strongest champions are Alice and Kale. Only one team would be strong, like strong, because Alice is gonna be on the team. She's the only champion that has above like 30k power, and we need to definitely work on getting your champions to a certain level and actually working on their stats and their total power. But I feel like the teams I made here are very well balanced. Even though we're not strong enough, they are very well balanced. And now for your last concern was how to get ancient shards more consistently. So number one source of ancient shards is definitely clan boss. This is your number one shard resource, specifically getting on brutal and nightmare. If you get to that level, you would be able to generate a lot of ancient shards coming only from clan boss. The other place you can get ancient shards from this is daily login and challenges. The third one is definitely events and tournaments. Oh my god, I need to go manually here because this fight is not gonna... Oh, come on, look at how little HP she has. We have to kill her, man. We just have to. Okay. She's healing. Bro, I hate that. Okay, anyway, another good source of ancient shards is definitely Doom Tower completion and advanced quests weekly. Okay, I'm gonna skip that battle. The most valuable source of getting ancient shards is definitely clan boss. So I highly recommend you just working on your champions first. Like I already told you, all the things I said, just work on your champions, max them out, level them up, finish upgrading one champion's skill, and then move on to the next. Also work on their gear and just rebuild them, because if you rebuild your champions, you will actually see a lot of differences on your account. Just work on that first, and then you will be able to reach brutal and nightmare difficulty in clan boss, and you would be able to get consistent income of ancient shards, basically. All right guys, that was the breakdown. Speed, stats, and smart investments are what will carry this account further. Progress definitely does not come from luck, it comes from building right. So take the time, gear smart, regear your champions, and level them up to level 60, and the progress will follow. Until next time guys, gear wisely, keep grinding, and I'll catch you in the next video.